Dale Earnhardt Jr. is dominating tonight's NASCAR Busch Series race in Richmond. He's up by 5 1/3 seconds on second place Jimmy Spencer. 85 laps to go. Let's take you through the field and get some stories from pit road on how the top drivers are doing. We'll start with Dave Burns.
Well, as Junior continues to lead, he gets messages from spotter Ty Norris. The last one was, hey, watch those guys up in front of you. I kid you not, they're 4 wide. Watching out for lap traffic is the biggest problem that Junior has to deal with to the end of this race. Matt?
Dave, Jimmy Spencer just came on the radio and said the motor is blowing up. Running in the second position, second straight race at Richmond, that Spencer had a car that could have won, and now he has trouble. He is falling now back to third, passed by Biffle.
Yeah, there you go. Guess it was water coming out of there, BP.
Yes, early on, and there can only be so much water because these engines have to be cooled, and when you lose enough and don't get the cooling, you have a problem.
Well, they tape them off sometimes too much to get that aerodynamic downforce in the front. They overheat them. I don't know if that's happened to Jimmy or not. He said in the last pit stop, you know, we saw that water earlier. Saw it pull some tape off, so it could have just been a cracked cylinder head blown, head gasket, who knows.
You see, he has no tape on the front of the car.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't have a problem with that.
It's kind of been all or nothing for this team this year. They've got to win and run up front, but 7 of 16 races that they've run, they've fallen out of.
And he knows that it's over. He didn't even stop at his pitch. He just coasted right on to the garage area.
So make it 8 of 17 DNFs this season for Spencer in that one car. Okay, we were going through the field. Behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. is now Greg Biffle, 6 1/3 seconds back, Marty.
Yeah, Jimmy Spencer's misfortune is Greg Biffle's benefit. He's up to second now. He's running lap times pretty close to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Well, as close as anyone is tonight. And they've had a great rally from the back of the field. His lead is 78 in the points. Currently 2 spots ahead of Jason Keller on the track. Dave?
Jeff Burton trying to track down the 2 leaders. This car is a very good race car. They gave John Wood a chance to run it at IRP earlier this year, and it finished 6th with that young driver in it. Jeff Burton can wheel this car around Richmond as well. Marty?
Jason Keller doing fine on the racetrack. His last stop, they made a great adjustment. He said, give me some more of that if we do stop again, because it's turning better laps than it's turned all night long. He's a pretty happy guy. Won here in June in the car he's got right now. Jamie McMurray having a great run right behind him. They finished 32nd at Darlington last week in that fiery crash. That tied his worst finish of the season. He is out to prove this team deserves to be in the top 5. Shane Mill also having a great young run. Another young guy. He said the car is great. And one time his crew chief, he said to his crew chief, aren't you going to ask me how the car is? He said, I'm watching the lap times. I know how good it is, Alan.
Hank Parker Jr. falling back. There's Tim Fedewa. Has just got around Hank. So Timmy has picked up the 7th spot. All right, Spencer's gone to the garage, and Matt's gone there with him.
Well, Jimmy, did it give you any indication it was blowing? Some cars thought you might have been pushing water.
I don't know. You know, it just started losing power on the restart, and it wasn't as strong as it was before. It's something broke in the valve train or something, but we didn't have nothing for the 8 car. I think we pulled the wrong gear, and that probably attributed to what happened to the motor. So that's part of this sport where you've had bad luck here the last 2 times at Richmond. We got to wait till Dover now.
2 wins here in 2001, snake bit twice in 2002.
Casey Mears got some troubles there on the 66 car.
Yeah, he's got a wreck race car, and now it's smoking like something's happening to the engine.
As Dale Earnhardt Jr. continues to put people a lap down.
Steve Grissom, the 34 car, the Air Force car, is currently in the 19th spot. You talked about, what, about 15 laps ago, 29 cars in the lead lap? Not so quick, big boy. Now it's 18 cars in the lead lap.
And about to be 17 and 16 and 15 as Junior keeps mowing them down.
Yeah, give him about 25 more laps. He'll have the top, all but the top 10 lap. Look at him just turn that car left and drive under Stacy Compton.
I hope his Cup car doesn't hit like that tomorrow night. We're all in trouble if that's the case. I'll tell you what.
Let's talk about that just for a second, though, Rusty. A lot of these guys are discussing Busch Series information relating back to the Winston Cup car. It's been kind of a theme this year. A lot of Winston Cup teams now have a Busch Series program or have aligned themselves with a Busch Series program. Do they really transfer valuable information?
You know, they try to. I mean, I talk to Jeff Burton occasionally, and he says his program, his Busch cars and Winston Cup cars are pretty closely set up. I just got to believe with that much less horsepower and that much shorter wheelbase that you just can't get them exactly like the Winston Cup cars.
What are we talking about, 150 horsepower less?
Yeah, I think something like that. In fact, I was getting ready to ask you, our Cup cars will turn 93, 9,400 RPMs here at Richmond. How many RPMs do these Busch Grand Escher engines turn? I have no idea.
I think 86, 8,700.
Something like that. Now, so they just run out of power at the top end, so they have to pull a lot different gear than we do probably. But, I don't think that I think it is different. I think that the springs and shocks definitely are different. First of all, they don't have enough power to spin a tire a lot like the Cup does. The Cup car does off the corner. So the setup will be a bit different also.
Change for third place. Jason Keller is through Jeff Burton. That's good. That puts him right behind Greg Biffle. Good for Keller. And narrows the points he may lose on this evening tonight. May even be able to run up there and try and pass him. And in the meantime, Dale Jr.'s put 16th place. Kenny Wallace a lap down. Matt?
Well, Alan, proving that a phone call can change your life and possibly help you find your dream. Back in the fall of 1995, Tommy Baldwin Jr. called his best friend, Kevin Bono Manion. Said he's moving south, going to try to go Winston Cup racing. Did Bono want to go? Bono said yes. He took the late ferry over from Massachusetts to Long Island, left his truck at Tommy's dad's shop with a note that said, please sell. 3 garbage bags full of clothes and a box spring mattress they tied to the roof of Tommy's Cadillac. He moved south. He got a few different jobs and then landed at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. He is the last surviving member of that original #1 team that was the 14 team at Watkins Glen with Steve Park when they made their debut. He's been the car chief on the 1 car with Steve Park, and now after a few years of dedication, hard work, and loyalty, he has been rewarded. Now the crew chief on this #8 Busch car. They will run 12 to 16 races next year. He too has culminated his racing experience with a dream in NASCAR racing. Hopefully he can make his debut and with a victory.
3 garbage bags and a mattress tied on top of the car, huh?
I'd like to have a picture of that car going down the road from Long Island to Charlotte.
What a great story for Bono.
That sounds like a John Ford story to me.
But that really is why the people who succeed in this sport are so relatable to the people in the grandstands. They work hard to succeed. It's not purely on athletic gifts.
Let me tell you what, when I was ASA racing, I'd check into a hotel and I'd take my credit card out of my pocket, I'd give it to them, and a big red sign would pop up and they'd keep it. It'd make me so mad. I've lost more credit cards. We had no money back then at all.
I understand. Matt, what else you got there?
Well, Benny, the only tragedy on the trip south, they had Tom Baldwin III's goldfish with him in a coffee cup. Unfortunately, the goldfish started to go into cardiac arrest. They tried to revive it, get this, with a straw. They were unsuccessful. Luckily, both their careers as mechanics have not been the same.
Better mechanics than oceanographers.
Yes.
Here's Kevin LePage, who started in 3rd position. About to go a lap down to Dale Jr. That's 13th place.
I mean, this 8 car has just been, I don't know a word to describe it.
Well, let's put it in real numbers. Last lap, he ran a half a second faster than the 2nd place car.
That is incredible. I'm watching the times right now. It's Jeff Burton, what was that, a 21:75 his last lap, according to, and Dale Jr. a 60. That's within a tenth. It was 3/10 earlier.
It's unbelievable. Junior, the 98 and 99 NASCAR Busch Series champion.
Look at that, 122 miles per hour. And Jamie McMurray was 120. Awesome. What did Bill Elliott back in 1985, they gave him the nickname Awesome. Well, that's what Junior is tonight. Awesome.
And now Tim Slaughter, who led the race at that last restart by not pitting. He's going to go a lap down, 12th place car. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. putting a hurting on the field tonight here in Richmond. 59 laps to go.